families.
Don't take that word on it.
Mr. Boer, this is a very simple question. Don't need all the details and background. My Republican colleagues say they want to make manufactured homes and homes in general cheaper, which is a noble idea. But President Trump is putting tariff taxes on steel and aluminum coming from some of our biggest trade partners. That's the stuff that we build homes with, y'all. Mr. Boer, simple question. Will Trump's tariff taxes make prices for new homes increase or decrease?
Course.
Increase or decrease, Mr. Boer?
We talked earlier, it's probably
Just
a
increase or
single
decrease,
digit
Mr. Boer?
price increase.
Increase.
Everything's
That's
gotta go
right.
Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, Dean Fraser Melford here for your creature. What? And today, wanted to do another reaction video. This one is going to be introducing to my channel another fabulous Democratic black sister out here doing the advocacy work, championing the advocacy, the name of all democracy. Right now, just doing the thing. Nikema Williams is a Democratic congresswoman who represents the Atlanta area and has served in Congress since 2021. Before that, she served in the Georgia State Senate and led the Democratic Party of Georgia, where she worked to increase voter turnout and help elect more Democratic candidates while in Congress. Focused on protecting voting rights, expanding health care, and helping working families. Has supported laws like the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. She has also supported the Equality Act to protect LGBTQ plus people from discrimination in jobs, housing, and public spaces. Black excellence yet again exemplified. And we're going to be watching Subcommittee on Housing and Insurance hearing.
I understand that manufactured housing can be an important tool in our toolkit to help ensure that everyone, no matter their zip code, has a roof over their head. In fact, I've benefited from this. So, see, I grew up in rural Alabama, and I grew up in a home that had no indoor plumbing and no running water.
Yeah.
So I remember when my Aunt Pat purchased a manufactured home, and it was the first home that I lived in that had indoor plumbing and running water. But I now live in downtown Atlanta, y'all. And so I represent a district that this just isn't possible. I listen to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, and I can tell that this hearing, while it would benefit many of my relatives, many people that I grew up with in rural Alabama, it wouldn't do anything for most of the constituents that I represent in the heart of the city of Atlanta. And because there's simply no place that the people of Atlanta can have a manufactured home. But y'all, they need housing too. Because we have all agreed that affordable housing is a crisis in this country. So my constituents have been quite vocal about this one-size-fits-all solution that is being forced on them, and I'm their voice in Congress, so I have an obligation to speak up on their behalf. They're begging my colleagues to not gut HUD. They're begging my colleagues to not get rid of affordable housing programs. And they're asking for us to do something that will benefit so many Americans that are struggling. To meet them where they are and deal with Trump and his administration's skyrocketing housing costs. Because here's the truth of the matter, y'all. While this convo today would help a small segment of the country, my constituents would be left behind and still struggling.
The Democrats are in there.
Why else would my Republican colleagues focus this week on kicking people off of health care, raising costs with reckless tariffs, or gutting SNAP benefits for the most vulnerable families? And y'all, this too is personal for me because I benefited from SNAP growing up. Well, it was called food stamps at the time when I grew up in the 80s and 90s. When I was raised by my grandparents.
So many people.
But I wouldn't be here in Congress today serving the people that I represent if the Trump administration and my colleagues had their way with a lot of the policies that we're forcing on the American people today.
Good Christ.
So, what I know is that we have a job to do. And if my colleagues really care about affordable housing for all Americans, they will work with us to ensure that housing is affordable for the lowest income families.
Don't take that word on it.
Mr. Boer, this is a very simple question. Don't need all the details and background. My Republican colleagues say they want to make manufactured homes and homes in general cheaper, which is a noble idea. But President Trump is putting tariff taxes on steel and aluminum coming from some of our biggest trade partners like Canada and Mexico. That's the stuff that we build homes with, y'all. Mr. Boer, simple question. Will Trump's tariff taxes make prices for new homes increase or decrease? Increase or decrease, Mr. Boer?
We talked earlier, it's probably
Just increase or decrease,
My
Mr.
coffee
Boer?
now,
price
$8.
increase.
Increase.
Well,
evidence
That's
gotta go up.
right.
Evidence.
Mr. Boer, recent data from home builders shows that Trump's tariff taxes are adding almost $11,000 to the cost of an average home.
Tax on Americans.
But the good news is, y'all, is that I actually have solutions to bring costs down. In fact, a few weeks back in a committee markup, I offered an amendment that will increase funding for the Community Block Grant and Home Investment Partnerships programs. These programs are lifelines used to help states and local communities
A little
to
program for
preserve
them.
and rehabilitate homes in low-income communities. Unfortunately, my Republican colleagues all voted against it.
Housing and
And
safety,
President Trump has
health.
proposed eliminating these programs entirely. As if an $11,000 tax increase wasn't enough for struggling families, my Republican colleagues, y'all, they just want to keep it going. Mr. Flew, if Republicans got their way and eliminated these programs, what would happen to the average price of affordable housing across the country?
Thank you, Congresswoman. First of all, I'm here in a nonpartisan
Oh my God, you better
capacity,
answer
but
the
to answer
question.
your
I'll give it an
question, they
intro.
would soar.
But the facts are the facts, Mr. Flew,
Let me
and you're
go back
right.
and say it. Let me give him a fair chance.
Thank you, Congresswoman. First of all, I'm here in a nonpartisan capacity, but to answer your question, they
don't
would
like that.
soar.
But the facts are the facts,
Okay.
Mr. Flew, and you're right, they would soar.
It was
But
so,
now,
yeah. I'm sorry.
it's not going to solve everything, y'all. But if Republicans are serious about making manufactured homes part of the solution, which they absolutely should be, we need to make sure that these homes are built to last and insured. Just last year, my district was hit with 2 hurricanes, and I live in Atlanta,
that.
y'all. We are not even coastal. There's nothing costlier than a damaged home that can't be repaired.
No insurance. No,
And
no, no
Mr.
good
Flew, my
insurance.
time is up, but I have more questions for all of our witnesses
gonna get it, you
that I
get-
will submit for the record, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
And that, my dear, was reacting to a Democratic black female as we champion our advocacy and legacy of black women through tribute reactions and short commentary. What do people that you see about you? Support Jasmine Crockett, support Ayanna Pressley, support Gwen Moore, Angela Elsa Brooks, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Nikema Williams. Come on now, let's do it. Better get out there. Get out there and get involved. Politics is not exactly what you think. Anybody can talk about it. So I'm trying to introduce it. The ether, the waves, everything out here. Bye-bye.